request of the committee in terms of where the amenities were, additional information about different amenities, whether it be drinking fountains or bike racks or those kind of things. So, but I believe you now have the full record in terms of revised plans and
I don't even have that.
narrative
view. Okay, so what I hear you saying is that when you presented in December, you gave expression to the written comments that you provided to planning. So you took it upon yourselves to lead us through the revisions, the clarifications that you wanted us to know about that are in the document you're looking at.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Good.
And in terms of a goal, we're here to answer any questions you have.
Okay.
If there's any need more further clarification. But in terms of a goal, our goal is to get to the point where we're in agreement on the plan. And if we're still at some point of disagreement or need to add different things, we want to have that discussion. Our goal is to leave PBAC all in agreement that we have met the goals of what you're trying to achieve and what the project is trying to achieve. So to that end, if we need further review and further revisions, we just need to know what we need to make that happen.
Okay. I hear that I hear the spirit of what you're asking for, and I think that's great. In terms of the way that this meeting is structured, we now, subcommittee members, have an opportunity to express the high points of this memo, share it with the other committee members. Hopefully people have had a chance to look at this, have some back and forth, and then if committee members want to identify any of these comments or concerns and make sure we carry those back to our original conditions, we'll do that. We can have back and forth to the extent we need to get clarifications. But you know, the way this meeting is structured, and it's a little different, is that we're explaining the subcommittee's review and comments to the presentation from December. We can, so this isn't a full presentation, right? We're still based on this. The genesis of this is from last year, and that's the starting point, and hopefully we've made that clear. All right. So, an idea for moving forward might be if anybody wants to, why don't we just go through these notes? Does that work for folks?
Can I ask a clarification, Pam? I just want to clarify something, because I did read that, and I appreciate Tiffany sending it to me. What I don't understand is that, okay, the MGP submitted formal application, and I did read the letters when it was deemed incomplete.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they come to your committee and do a PowerPoint presentation on plans that have not been submitted to the city, right? And just ask you, saying, well, if we do this, if we do that, if we do this, and they want you guys based on that. Is that right?
That point is worth Kurt's confirmation.
Because I'm only I mean, I would think they'd want the neighbors to weigh in, or, you know, agree with it too.
These plans have been submitted to the city in you know, a way that requires response or anything else. Did you just
I apologize. I was in the middle of handing out this document while that was happening.
Okay,
please repeat
Diane.
Well, I just want to make sure I understand the process. Okay, so I know MGP and Mill and Geyer, they handed in formal documents, maps, whatever. Okay, and then they were deemed incomplete, and I have copies of all that stuff. So then they came to one of your committees and then did a PowerPoint on new plans in December, but they have not been. That's what the memo says. They have not been submitted to the city. So you're just kind of like, they were kind of saying, well, if we do this, will you do this, or that kind of thing. I guess. I mean, I wasn't here. I wish I had been. But so I just didn't know. Is that the way the process usually is? I mean, wouldn't you normally wait till they submit new plans? I mean, I don't know, or at least get some of the neighbors to. I mean, don't they want the neighbors' input? Don't they? I mean, I want this project, but we want to be able to. We want to keep up with it. And we can't if there's these kind of meetings going on.
I can only speak to the application process, and Derek, correct me if I'm wrong, but this application was submitted. The PBAC committee did review it, as Vice Chair mentioned. And then we had the subsequent presentation by the developer. Pardon me?
You want to back up, though? We did make a formal submittal of revised plans.
That's correct.
In October. So if the memo is saying that these have not been formally submitted, these drawings have formally been submitted to the city in October. That's what was forwarded to you. That's the comments that we made to you were based on the resubmitted plans, and those plans have indeed been deemed complete as of
November
14th. So the application is deemed complete, and the plans that the PBAC reviewed, the comments, however, that you originally made in April were based on the previous submittal. So the plans that we resubmitted in October were the plans that we made our presentation and responded to your comments on. So our comments were based on the revised plans. And that's why we felt the presentation was necessary, because you hadn't really, as a group, seen the revised plans, which addressed a lot of, the whole point was we didn't think it was appropriate to go back and respond to your comments based on plans that were being revised. So we revised the plan based on a lot of your comments, and that's what made the presentation.
So thank you for that. We were going to get to that, but thanks for jumping in. So the plan set that was reviewed at that meeting, was presented on, was the October set, which you have here. So you have reviewed the latest plan set.
Okay.
And
just to
provided comments as such. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, just to clarify too, the set that we deem complete is a complete stamped and signed engineer set. So it's got all the engineer drawings done by their civil, done by their landscape architect. This color illustrative was based on that complete engineered plan set.
Okay.
So in other words, this, they can do, exhibits like this, and we're not going to stamp and sign each one as a new submittal. The submittal that we deem complete, as Greg mentioned, is the submittal set that was done by the civil, that was done in October and deemed complete in November. So this is sort of a color illustrative of that.
Okay. I think that answers the
Yeah,
question.
thank you.
And that's a good clarification.